Alaska's remote North Slope teems with wildlife like caribou and bears, but Jiake Zhou has set his sights smaller. He's looking at shrubs.
Climate change has introduced many changes in ecosystems. One of those is that the shrub expansion. Because of shrub expansion, there's changes like creating new habitat for certain species while reducing habitat for other species.
Zhou spent 3 weeks in summer 2014 rafting down the Naigu, Itivluk, and Colville rivers on the North Slope. During the 380-mile trip, Zhou and his traveling companion stopped almost 60 times to measure the local characteristics of alder and willow shrubs.
We do like 50 meters transact, and at every 10th meter we took a measurement point. We measured the nearest shrub, and then at that shrub we take measurements of the cover and height and also the browsing intensity level by moose, snowshoe hare, and ptarmigan.
Due to a warming climate, these shrubs have been migrating further north along the river corridors. Jack's goal is to determine how this expansion correlates to increased moose and snowshoe hare distribution, tying together his own data with historic records of wildlife abundance. One of his principal goals is to determine the threshold at which shrub cover can support moose populations.
My main point is to establish the relationships to that. So that is, I'm going to use that relationship to talk about when you have moose numbers back in 1970s, and then you have climate change, climate and temperature projections into the future, into like at least 50 years from now. So that's where it becomes more interesting.
Zhou's expedition was co-sponsored by the Liz Claiborne Art Ortenberg Foundation and by Alaska EPSCoR, which is studying the ways Alaskan households and communities adapt to social and climate change.
In some of our informal conversations with local residents, we've heard that they're seeing more and more moose close to the community. And relating that to an expansion of shrubs and particularly willows, I think will help us understand what may happen in the future and how that may affect people's subsistence way of life. And my sense is that the better informed people are about what to expect in the future, the better they'll be able to adapt to those changes.